Hi, family. Did you miss me? I missed you. Come here. Okay, you have not always been this person. You used to be actually complete opposite. Like, people look at you and feel like you're like a very brave, resilient, bold person that has like this memorable, you're just a memorable experience, right? You literally used to be a person that was shy, used to be anxious, used to be scared of shit, a lot of shit. Things just used to make you uncomfortable, like all of the above. Until one day you just said, you know what? I'm sick of being scared of everything. I'm sick of feeling like this. Like, it made you uncomfortable. Every time you felt fear, you felt uncomfortable and you were tired of that feeling taking over you. You wanted to reclaim your power when it came to things that you felt were dominating you in a way or controlling you because of the environment that you grew up in. That's why you were the way that you were. It was like you felt like you had no control. And you might have had trigger warning, you might have had a lot of dominating people around you that didn't allow you to have a voice or allow you to make any decisions. And once you had freedom, you decided, I'm not about to be out here letting shit scare me and control me too. No. So that's when you decided to take the narrative back, right? For example, it was one night, I was in New York, I was on the beach, and I was at this little gathering with my homegirl and her people. So anyway, I was vibing with this guy, and I was just like, you know what? Tonight gonna be the night that I do this shit. So I was like, hey, you want to come down to the water with me? I'm sure he was like, okay, because he came. He said, okay. And I made him hold my hand while we walked into the water. I was scared of walking into the beach water, like that first initial walk where you feel all the shit like in the sand and things. I can't just thinking about it, I still don't like it, but I did it, so I'm not afraid of it, you know what I'm saying? I just would rather not. But yeah, like, just that was something I needed to overcome. So I did that with him, and I felt so liberated. I felt so proud of myself, and I fell in love with that feeling in that moment. And I feel like that's similar to what happened to you. You just took that, and that's what you've been moving through life with. Like, I just gotta do it. I gotta do the shit that makes me scared, because what's the worst that can happen? Is it gonna kill me? No, right? So if it can't kill you, what's stopping you from doing that shit? Why are you allowing fear to control you and to limit you? You even use that when it came to relationships with people and things, even addictions. A lot of us have been addicted to something at some point, or some things at some point. Some of us might still be fighting some addictions, but from addictions to people, you have learned, like, mastered the art of detachment and letting go of things even when they feel good, even when you know it's gonna hurt. You know it's gonna hurt, but you gotta let it go. You gotta do what's uncomfortable. It's kind of like, the moment you start to feel like something's uncomfortable, you have to overcome it. Like, it's like, oh nah, I gotta get through this shit. But not on like an intuition thing, like, oh, you're in an environment and you feel uncomfortable, so you're gonna stay in that environment to unfeel it. Like, no, not like that. Like, if you know what I'm saying. If it's for you, you get what I'm saying, right? Everything is like a chain reaction. So that led to you being honest with yourself. You're like, I have to be honest with myself. How do I feel? What do I want? Like, now you know how to process your emotions. Before, it was like you would feel these things, but you would tell yourself something else. And again, that kind of resorts back to the way you were raised. Like, this might be a generational cycle of something that kind of haunts you. It's like a voice in the back of your fucking head. But at this point, you've learned how to turn that voice off. You've learned how to overpower it. Ooh, you've learned how to overpower all those things. Everything that has been controlling you and limiting you, you have... Damn. Okay, check you out. You learn how to detach yourself from the feelings that you knew didn't come directly from you or God. You learn to trust in God's plan. You learn to lean into God. You learn to silence them voices. And now you can hear God loud and clear. You're connected. You're very much connected. Before you couldn't hear a thing, and then you were questioning what you were hearing. But now it's like you hear it, you know it, and it kind of makes you like so, it makes you way more silent than you used to be. You've gotten to a point where you see how God rewards you for choosing you. He rewards you for having faith, even if it's not a lie, even if you question him along the way, he still rewards you. And you were kind of picking up on that cycle, like, oh, I already know that I can have whatever I want if I stick to the plan, if I shut my mouth. You learn that you can shut your mouth, and you should shut your mouth sometimes. It's like because of you being silent so much when you were younger, when you got out of that environment, you felt like your voice just needed to be heard. Like you used to overly say things and explain, and yeah, you were very opinionated. But you've learned how to tame that, because you do have a lot to say, and the shit you gotta say should be heard, but not all of it. You gotta marinate on it a little bit. You learned that. So that's where like the silence comes from. And then you also learn that you can't be sharing things with everybody and anybody. Like you gotta be careful, because everybody can't be trusted around you. Beyond the surface level, like on a spiritual level, people have different agendas. People are working for different entities. So it's kind of like the Avatar, the last airbender. Like you're the last airbender, but you can't just be walking around letting everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? In that process, you learned to accept who you are. You learn that it's okay to accept who you are. You're always working towards better. You have this vision of yourself or of your life that you want to live, and you're working towards that constantly. Even when you're sitting in the room doing nothing, it appears to be, but you're internally doing shit that you feel like is gonna get you closer to where you're trying to get, right? Before you, it's like you never really loved yourself fully. You never accepted yourself fully. You always felt like you weren't enough. You always felt like you could do more. You always felt like you were in survival mode, in an in-between space, because you haven't reached that spot that you see in your head. And you realize that God's plan and what God's vision is for you outweighs that. So you settled that down. You settled that criticism in your head down, and then were able to silence that. And now you accept who you are. And you don't feel like you have to be a certain way in order to accept yourself anymore. So you're okay with who you are, and you love yourself. Precisely. I heard that word, right? Precisely means in exact terms without vagueness. Then I looked up vague. What does vague mean? Vague means of uncertain, indefinite, or unclear character or meaning. Let me bring you back. Precisely means in exact terms without vagueness. You did this precisely. You've been very intentional about your character. There's been nothing indefinite, uncertain, or unclear or about your character this whole time. Like you've always been this person. Like this always been in you. Like Don't get me wrong, you done some shit that others would frown upon, but your character remains solid. And that's not something you could say about damn near anybody else. Well, everything about you is impactful. Like, you just leave an impact everywhere you go. Like, you're really unforgettable. You're unforgettable. You have a beautiful energy. You're a beautiful soul. Like, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter how much money you got to your name. You still are that. You're that. You give people something to think about. Whether they think about you or themselves. The things that come out your mouth, like, you're a vessel for real. Like, you've been out here doing the work. You're doing God's work. You're doing God's work. Whether it's through tearing somebody a new asshole or just showing up for them or just seeing them and recognizing them. You say things to people that make them reevaluate their entire lives. Make them why can't I say this word? Make them reevaluate how they look at themselves in the mirror. You do that. And you don't even be realizing that you're doing that, but you do that. People leave from being around you and really be having shit to think about and feeling some way like, what the fuck just happened? What was that? You even impact strangers, people you don't even know. Example, there was one time somebody texted my phone. They had the wrong number. I was just like, whatever. So I had texted them. No, I called. They had called me and I answered. They were saying something. I was just like, no, this is the wrong number. Yeah, and I was just being polite, you know, like, it's nothing to be polite. So I was like, yeah, have a good day, you know, bye. And they texted me after that. It was just like, I don't know, but that was like a very nice encounter. You seem like a genuine person through just that little phone call. And I'm just like, oh, that's really sweet. I think they tried to be my friend, but, you know, not too much. I was, I don't know. Not too goddamn much. And when I say, even if you got tear them a new asshole, because there was another time that I done tore a lot of assholes in life. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. And I'm still down to do it. Don't tempt me with a good time. So this guy gave me my number at the gas station, this older man. Obviously had a drinking problem because one night he just decided to blow my phone up. After I told him, you know, I would reach out when I had more time to give to you. But right now I'm dealing with a newborn and that's just a lot, you know, it's consuming. So anyway, he got drunk one night, called my phone, blew my phone up, saying all kinds of disrespectful shit to me. I had my homegirl curse him clean the fuck out because I just couldn't deal with it. It was just very random, you know? I was like, who the fuck is this actually? So anyway, he comes back later on down the line. I blocked him. He found my TikTok, I guess, through my number, and he went through all my footage. He went through all my content on my TikTok from like start, and he sent me a long ass, thoughtful ass message apologizing and just asking me, you know, about my life and details and stuff and giving me my flowers. Like, it was so fucking crazy. But this man was really like honoring me based off of what he saw and knowing how he acted, and the energy he gave me was unnecessary, and just, yeah, he had to come back somehow. He made a fake number, I believe, to come back and say that to me. Things like that don't happen to the average person. And people give you your flowers. Strangers give you your flowers. Like, come on now, you're really that. God sends people to remind you of how golden you are, how special you are. God knows your heart. God knows your intentions. Even when you're in environments where you gotta do stuff that's ungodly, He knows your intentions. And that's what really truly matters. Your heart remains pure in a world full of evil. And a lot of evil has been directed straight towards you. And your heart remains golden. You still choose love. And you have every reason not to. But for whatever reason, you don't even understand, you still choose love. And for that, God will return the favor. He will show you His appreciation of your faith and your dedication even as you're still working. Even as you're a work in progress, He's going to reward you for the hard work that you're doing, for the dedication, for the faith, for the love that you pour out into this world. That is what God is about. God is love, and you carry that. You are walking love. No matter what life is thrown at you, no matter what weapons the devil has formed against you, you remain in love. That's so beautiful. That feels so nice. Like, I just got a very, like, your love feels so nice. Your love is not meant for everybody to have forever. The people that you've given your love to, they barely deserve that shit. You know, it was just a trial. Their trials ended. You know, and you always feel more hurt that you gave your genuine self, knowing that the other person did not. You still feel like people are worthy of love. And you give your love out in doses now. Like, you know that your love is just too much. Everybody can't handle your love, and everybody don't deserve all of your love in totality. And you learning how to do that is attracting your twin flame, like your person. Wow. That's also why you're feeling all these intense feelings. I feel like they're kind of like, I don't know, it's like they're channeling you or something. Because you haven't been interested in all that stuff. If you're speaking to my singles, you haven't been interested in that stuff. You might be newly single too. Like, it might have been something fresh that just ended. And you're just so, like, sick and tired of it. Like, you want love, but you're tired of just going through all that. You don't want to argue. You just want peace and fucking love and serenity. And you want the softest love on earth. You want a love that feels like the softest place on earth. Nothing less. But it's like that also takes getting to know somebody else. And like, people just don't do it for you. They just don't do it for you. And you're sapiosexual. Like, your mind is just not stimulated by people. So it's just like, I can't, you know? But anyway, somebody on their way to you, baby. They might have already found you. I don't know, just, remain open to love. I'm telling you, like, even when you say you're not available, you still are. You're still open. Ugh, my neighbors are so fucking loud. You're still open to love. You're still giving love, which kind of invites love to you. It's like you be trying to close yourself off to love, but you're still giving love, which is inviting love to you and attracting love to you. And you're just like, I'm not even comfortable with that no more. You're way more comfortable with just loving people, but I think you're being told that you need to make sure you remain open to being loved as well. Don't block yourself from receiving the love that you deserve. Because you see how things are starting to happen. Things are falling in place. The things that you are putting out there intentionally are coming right back to you really quick, too. Don't make the mistake of denying yourself love. Accept everything right now. Accept all these intense feelings, intense emotions. Accept if you gotta go off on somebody. Accept if you want to go to sleep, if you're tired. Just accept everything that comes with who you are and what life is right now. It's important to be present right now. You want to be present right now. God is about to give you a gift. Like, present, I feel like present just also meant a present. Yes. Shut up. That's scary. Stop. Spirit, I like how you did that. Stop, because I wrote down, y'all. I'm not playing. I can't make it up. It's about to feel like Christmas morning, and you just got everything on your wish list and more. That's what life is about to feel like. That's why you want to be present. It's no more tests. You've already shown that you can be trusted and that you were sure about the things that you asked for. So rest in that. Rest in that, baby. Okay, that's it. I'm going to talk to you later. Bye.